Hello, everybody. We are live from my mother's basement. How is everybody doing? I'm feeling, as you can see, I'm feeling a lot better. I had COVIDs. Last week I was kind of rehabilitating a bit. I was still kind of shaky. But now I'm a bit more energetic now, and I'm ready to do some gardening and get real serious about it because as you guys can see, it's still this stringy texture of the tomatoes. So I don't know if I could salvage them. We still got the kale going, I think this is kale. But we got some of the stuff from the previous grow, which is cool to see new life from. I'm definitely excited about that. Um, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, something that surprisingly, and if you guys have followed me before, I know I talked to Edwin knows, Alex knows, Ruby knows. Mostly everybody who are my regulars, they know they know that my dad had COVID, and it's hit him the most, pretty much. And he actually helped me set up this. He's feeling a lot better. He's on a steroid, and he actually helped me set up this. I lowered the, as you can see, this lighting rig. Oh wait, hold on. I didn't actually have to move the camera to show you guys, but it's this thing up here. Actually, I don't want to mess it up too much. But yeah, it's the lighting, the grow light that I got at Home Depot that you can see up here. This one right here. I got it dangling now, so it's gonna be closer. So that's a factor involved with the tomatoes growing. They need a lot of sunlight. Um, and another thing, I think because, and I think I said this a couple weeks ago, maybe around week 3 or 4, maybe even as early as week 2, where I increased the amount of usage of electricity that the pump, the light, and everything else that's tied to this power strip over here. You can't see the power strip, but everything that's tied to the power, I have it set to a timer, and I thought, maybe if I have it going longer, it would help the plants grow quicker or more effectively or more efficiently. So what I'm thinking is, these, what was I gonna say? Everything's growing. Like I thought, like increasing the time of power would help with the efficiency and growth. But what ended up happening was I'm actually over pumping water into here, so it's not draining as quickly, and it's a bit soggy. So that's not good. Soggy soil, getting waterlogged is something that I've done a lot. Hey, what's up, Graham? How you doing? It's like I've been doing this for 7 weeks, except for week 5. But I did send a video to everybody saying how sick I was. I was miserable in that video. It's a lot has changed. I am healthy. I am a healthy boy. Thank God. That was miserable. It's weird though. Um, like funny thing is I had like a return label for FedEx that I wasn't able to get to, and it just like I don't know. I finally got the return label right when I got COVID, right when I got sick, and it's like, yeah, I'm not gonna do this at all. They can they can have it back whenever Christmas season ends, I guess. And so I have FedEx sending a package to this vitamin company. I bought vitamins, and it was like that's what I did today. I had to move the vitamins over. I haven't washed like I have laundry that's been building up for a couple weeks ever since having COVID. And it's like all these chores and errands. I think I'm gonna clean my room just so I can de-COVID. Graham and I we're gonna hang out. He's one of my IRL friends. He lives close by. Don't hunt him down though. He's a good kid. Good kid. But yeah, as you can see, Graham, Seagrams, like the drink. These are too stringy, so I gotta do something about it, man. Like I'm kind of checking under here like it's a baby. Like I'm looking for poops from a baby. And I actually got river rocks in order to supplement my grow medium volume, my grow media volume. And it could be the fact that the dirt isn't high enough. I'm not sure, man. I'm gonna do a bunch of different things. I'm gonna add rocks and try to window them in here, and also add dirt. I had a potato growing during the summer, and I'm not sure if it was a potato or something that looked like a potato, but I remember putting a potato in the pot. So hopefully it's good to go. Crunchwrap Supreme, it's good to go. Do you remember that commercial, Graham? That Crunchwrap Supreme, good to go. That's what this is. It's good to go. Even though it's not that portable. Do you still have my tuba? Where is the tuba? Hopefully there's no dents in it. But it's my own damn fault for leaving it there for a couple weeks. I wonder if the tuba is COVIDed. Holy shit. Oh shit. Oh god. So I don't know if I should add the grow media to here, if I should just add dirt on top of here and just sprinkle it on. We got some. I actually gotta check the line. We're gonna check under the hood, kids. This is the point of the whole remade frost cloth, just to see what's going on. Yeah, we actually got some good root growth. But you know what? I'm actually looking at it, and I gotta get a tape measure or something. It's got to be a quarter of an inch below the line. Oh Jesus Christ! Oh God, there's a giant worm right here. I don't know if you can see that. That just popped out. I think I scared him. I'm sorry, Mr. Wormy. No, don't leave. Don't leave the ecosystem. If you try leaving, you're gonna end up like your brother. No, don't go that way. No. Come on, Wormy. Go. See, the wormies are sensitive, man. I don't even know if I can. I think I might add some dirt on top. I think that's what I have to do because I gotta save the wormy. Because he's gonna try leaving. I can't have him do that. So I had some dirt from a pot. Oh yeah, come from overnight. I don't know if you guys can see that. This has been out in the cold, so hopefully there's nothing wrong with it. It's actually pretty dry now. So I had it overnight to. I'm just gonna do it by hand. No, Wormy's trying to get away. It's like, you dang communist. Actually, no, this is kind of a communist setting, technically. No, you're not gonna get out of there. Just stay. Oh, I stressed him out. God damn it. It's a big ass worm. It's like a Alaskan bullworm right there. Oh, Graham left me. It's okay. I just told him to check in and say, hey man, I'm not gonna take it personally anymore. I don't take it personally. Okay, here we go. I'm just gonna shovel this stuff in, kind of dust it on. Okay, I don't know what this is. What is this? I think it's a petal from a flower of some sort. And I'm just gonna leave this for the wormy. Wormy's gotta go back and where he belongs. Just worming around. You know what it also could be? That's why, like, I don't think I filled up the dirt far enough. Like, maybe I could use this as an example. Like, the soil level should probably be closer to the edge right up here. And maybe that's what's going on. I don't know, folks. I'm doing what I can to remedy the issue while I'm going at you know, while I'm growing tomatoes. But I don't want to overwhelm them. Is the point? I have a trowel right here. I should probably use it. I'm trying to not get dirt everywhere either. This is just a fun little experiment. I emailed the James Fry of the Revolution Garden, and he told me that it looks kind of soggy, man. I don't know, and I'm like, oh geez, man, that's not good. So I'm doing everything I can to remedy it, and I have a feeling I went against his wishes or his directions to kind of experiment on my own, I guess, when it comes to how, I don't know, just experimenting with the timer. It's supposed to be like, you know, timer and pump on, or sorry, lights and pump on and off, like for 8 hours a day, 15 minutes a pop for every hour or something like that. Um, but I just did like 15 on, or I just did like the mornings. I did like it's on all the time because I need light. These are tomatoes. Tomatoes need light. That was the mentality I was going at. But you know what? I think slow and steady wins the race. I'm not gonna try rushing these little beans. There we go. The wormy's returning. He just shot up. It's kind of scared me. It looked like a snake. I guess there's some unconscious fear I have of noodly wormy things. Well, I guess that's how you could tell I'm straight, I guess. Scared the crap out of me, man. I don't normally get jumpy. My dog gets jumpy. I don't know. You guys have probably seen little baby Chloe. I say baby Chloe, but she's 11. She's an old pooch, but she acts like a puppy still. I gotta tell you though, earlier today she was walking by me, and you know how small dogs kind of just walk next to you and like as close as they can to you, because at least my dog has separation anxiety. I accidentally kicked her because I was wearing boots, and sometimes you don't really feel as much where you're stepping when you have boots on. I accidentally kicked her, and like, I think my boot is like the size of the small dog, and I feel so guilty for making her like yelp and stuff. Poor little thing, you know? I swear to God, it was an accident. I swear it was an accident. See, I can't control it with the trowel, so I think I'm just gonna spread it out. I think from there, I don't want to put leaves into that. I'll put the leaves in I got like this compost bucket that I'm just kind of putting dead stuff and dead roots and stuff like that in. But I am just going at my garden, man. Just living my life, I got a potato. Wait, is this the potato? Holy crap. I got, like, this looks like I don't know what this is, but this looks like the potato I was growing, but it feels hollow on the inside. So I think I did have some potatoes going. It's just this one completely died. Oh well, live and learn. Because I had a good summer. If you look at my Summer Garden 2020, my Garden 2020 playlist, I got some tomatoes going. It's like I would not shut up about it, man. But now it's like I want potatoes. Like I'm part Italian, so I got the tomatoes. What about my Irish side? You need the potatoes, tomatoes and potatoes. And now I got tomatoes, and I got seeds for parsley and basil, so even more Italian. And chives. Chives go good with potatoes though, so we're gonna still make it Irish Italian. It's a very specific demographic of people. Irish Italian. Very specific indeed. There we go. Because then at that point, it's like, can you just call yourself a white person at that point? It's like, no, no, I have culture. I'd like to think. I don't want to get too political about it though. I might have actually got a bunch of potatoes going. I don't even know. And I got dirt. Ooh yeah. Hoosier. Here we go. Here you go, babies. And this might bury the weak. I will bury the weak. Only the strong will survive. As I... What's this, a plastic thing? What the hell is this? I don't know what that is. I found a rock. This is a rock. Hopefully it doesn't have any lime in it. I'm gonna throw it away. Oh, I had somebody come on, but it's like, oh, where are they? It's all good. I'm still doing this every week. Even if it's by myself, it's for me. Me. I'm the one. Okay. I still got a lot to go. So I think I'm going to stop talking and see who. Just going to dust it on. Just going to go lightning fast. Yo. Oh, crap. I completely buried this one. Oh, crap. Oh, crap. Oh, God. Well, I mean, after all of this, essentially what's going to happen is that I have to. What was told to me is eventually I have to weed out so that there's only 2 tomato plants. So out of all of these, it's going to be a space race to seeing which one is the best one. And I hope it's this one. I don't know. Maybe it'll be this one. Maybe it'll be that one. Maybe something more centrally located, like some of these, because they got the light going on down here. What I do want to set up is, and if somebody's watching this in the future, let me know in the comment sections. Do you have any ideas on how to get light over here, like with still only having this light, like some kind of reflective tape or something, or some kind of resource that I just haven't thought of yet? I really need to know how I can do that. If I could get, I don't know, aluminum tape or something like that. I don't know. Something. I mean, like back here, you see this insulation board thingy. Maybe I could get something like that and just have it at the end. But then, for video production quality, I can't be back here and be like, hey, check out my garden, sipping some iced tea, like a boss. I also don't know if I want to. Maybe if I do something like this, where I have this elevated up to here, because that looks like an even coat of light, whereas down here, not so much. Okay, we're problem solving while we're talking. I think that's why I do the live streams. It's to talk to you folks, and it's also to talk to myself and not seem like a complete crazy person. Because you know how it is, middle school bullies judging you for talking to yourself, and it's like, mind your own business, kid. Then you realize as you get older, it's like, yeah, he's just some stupid kid. A good friend of mine told me that, like, getting bullied in high school and middle school, once you're like 30, it still affects you. But it's like, why? They were just, at some point, they were just some stupid kid. And probably they'd be embarrassed if they acted like that. So that's the shame that they have to live with. If people in this country still feel shame, because I don't ever think they do. Yeah, I said it. I said it. Yeah. God, I'm such a... I don't want to rile anybody up at this point, actually. Let me see. This bread tie rig is actually pretty nifty. I want to set it so it's like Every spot has a fair amount of light. I don't want to. So the shadows start closer to there. So I think up to here, just a little bit of an angle. I think will do better. Okay. Yeah, we got this. We got this, fools. Because I also don't want to neglect this side. I'm also like looking at this spotlight right here. That's like a performer standard. You know, you gotta deal with the bright lights. That's a good trade secret too. If you're on stage performing somewhere and there's bright lights, all you gotta do is just not see. Like that's the key to not seeing an audience. It's like just pretend that, like, lie to yourself and just say, hey, nobody's here, because you can't see them. It's kind of like when an ostrich puts its head in the dirt. You can't if it can't see you, you can't see it by its logic. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's my best Luigi impersonation. Oh yeah. Got the tomato. I had a friend named Mario in elementary school through high school, and like he got like everybody everybody was just like, oh, it's me, I'm Mario. He's like, yep, yep, that's me. Yeah, that's my name. Just regular old Mario. And just he did not like being compared to Super Mario. But you know how kids are. They like to tease. They're little demons when you get them alone without adults. You know. Then they grow up and then become bigger demons. But that's just life. Some people learn how to be nice, but you know, it takes a special kind of guidance in order to get somebody to be nice. Always doesn't have to be negative either. Hey, we got somebody here. Somebody's been weaving in and out of the live stream, and I wonder if they don't have good internet. And if you don't have good internet, I have the utmost sympathy to you, my friend, because you are a darling that deserves the best, only the best for you. That one person who's viewing my live stream. Let us see. I think this one's gonna poop out. I think this one pretty much did poop out. Okay. In the compost. This is all trial and error, folks. Even though I have the exact methods on how to do this correctly, I like going through the trial and error. Just to There's a lot of nice perlite in here too. That's a bonus. That's a bonus to have all this perlite. I don't know if perlite in this soil will actually do it any good or bad. Probably. I mean, it does help get moisture. That's why it was used for hydroponics for a while. The only reason why perlite isn't really used for hydroponics is because it's white, and that is what helps algae grow. So it's not good for getting algae, but it is good for sucking up moisture. Moist, yes, moist. I think I got another potato here. I think I found another dead potato. Oh no, it's just a clump of dirt. I was hoping I was a potato farmer at that point. It's okay. It's okay. Even if I'm not good at making potatoes, I did a good job making tomatoes. So there's small victories, folks. Small victories. But increasing your green thumb does take some exact measurements for sure. It's like baking. It's like baking. You got to get everything right. You got to be a mother. And I'm not a mother. I'm a man. I forgot. Well, it's good to know that the wormy that popped out, it's still alive. Like I'm glad to know that the wormy is still alive, because I thought all my worms died again. Because I did have a worm bit in the past, so we got free worm castings being developed by that little nugget. That's the importance of wormies. They make free stuff for you. Small little worm castings. I kind of want to just take this whole thing and just dump it out, but I don't know if that's gonna be good. I'll try. Maybe I could go start from the middle, or start from an empty spot and just divvy it out from there. There's this one that looks like it's drowning. If I like surround this one in comfort, then maybe it could strengthen its root system or something. Kind of like this, give it some support, give it some dirt to make it happy. I'm just kind of going around this. This is, this might be a good tutorial on how to like remedy like really bad mistakes as you're going too, because we all don't know, and it looks dry on top, but right beneath it is very soggy. So my hope is that the soil that's on top takes up the sogginess and it kind of evens out a little bit too. And I think that's why the worm went back in, because worms do not like dry anything. Like because they develop mucus around their body in order to wiggle around. Um, but I did have a worm bin down here, I saw one drop down from the worm bin and just squirm because it's very dusty on the floor because there's like clay sediments and stuff, and it just squirmed and I could tell it was in pain. It actually reminded me of a good friend of mine that I think it's actually my friend Mario from the story earlier about Super Mario, and he was like him and I were in this, find critters, find like little bugs and frogs and stuff like that. It was like Boy Scout camp or something like that. And so we found a salamander. We're like, okay, like let's do a little critter race. That'll be cool. So like we did it, and this is like pretty much animal abuse at this point. But we were kids, we didn't know. Um, so we dropped the salamander, and there were like, how there are those chalk lines in baseball, like somebody drew them out for the race, and it's like, oh, that's kind of cool, where, like you grind up the chalk and paint the grass that way. But so what ended up happening though is the salamander went straight for the chalked area, and its skin is so porous and moist, it sopped up that dust and it just squirmed like crazy. I'm like, oh my god, we gotta take him out of this. Oh god, I freaked out. I think him and I both freaked out because we didn't actually expect that this, like it would, like it was a big deal. Because obviously we're not salamanders, so we don't know what salamanders need. It scared the crap out of us. That was like one of the things I remembered from summer camp, other than getting bullied. It was rough. Summer camp was rough in that. It's not enough to like sue anybody because there's that whole like clerical abuse and Boy Scout abuse. Somebody just used the bathroom. Um, but it was pretty. It wasn't good for somebody who was like a fifth grader going into sixth grade. I wouldn't do it again, folks. I wouldn't I wouldn't if I could do it over again. I'd probably skip out on all things Boy Scout just because of that one experience. Because funny thing, and I wish I wish Alex were on here to talk about it because there was one point where like I was a huge Yu-Gi-Oh fan, and I actually got bullied out of Yu-Gi-Oh, and inevitably had to get a Magic the Gathering deck, and it was like, oh, Yu-Gi-Oh sucks. Oh, it's for kids. Oh, it's stupid. Yeah, blah. You know how kids are. And it's just like, all right, well, what about Yu-Gi-Oh? It's like that's a cool card game, and I got like bullied for like just liking a card game that adults play even now. Like I loved Yu-Gi-Oh, and now I forget how to play. I don't know where my cards are, but I play Magic the Gathering, and I have Magic the Gathering. And I guess that's the I think that's the part of bullying I don't like because it enforces this level of conformity that doesn't need to happen. Why? Why? Why would you impose that type of conformity, even if it does, especially when it doesn't help anything either. That's just a that's just one of those wisdomy thingies or life experience things that you know you don't know at first until it happens to you. I feel like that sounds like something from an anti-drug campaign. I'm not. I mean, like the anti-drug campaign was like cute, but it really didn't help anybody. Like it didn't tell kids anything other than drugs are bad, okay, and that's it. Like they didn't tell them like I don't know. I just didn't. I feel like there's a lot lacking when it comes to informing kids in a way that they'll understand. Not a lot of awareness on what kids like, and I think that came with the older American culture. Just there was a bias against kids, and like they always thought, oh, this kid's probably making stuff up. But I believe them. I believe some of them. That's how I go. I talk to them not like they're adults, but like they need understanding. I think understanding is I think something that kids need. I think and not getting that understanding at a young age messes them up. It's to the point where they're like where they have to overcompensate with being understood by over communicating. That's something. That's something anybody who was ever like a youngest child would understand. Like they really have to like push themselves as far as knowledge is concerned, just to just to be heard and maybe taken seriously once. This is like my therapy right now. Talking about this. There's something leaking down here in the basement. I don't know what that is. Well, hopefully this isn't something that'll make the basement flood, because this is where this garden is. And we have electronics down here too. Oh geez. Huh. I wish I knew more about plumbing. Just to understand the concept behind it. We have our neighbor come over, he's a plumber. He explains a lot of stuff to me and it's really interesting, but there's some stuff that just goes way over my head just because there's like basic understanding of tools and how to do things that just I don't know. I don't know. I never learned it. Never learned it as a kid. It's that older generation that used to work with their dad on their car. Like everybody was practically a mechanic back then. Probably because of the war, or just cars were easier to take apart. Now it's like you got to get a computer specialist to get a car apart and just to replace like a door handle. I got a friend who refuses to upgrade his car because of that. That's how I am with operating systems in general too. I don't know what this is. This looks like mulch of some sort. not sure. I found a rock. I keep finding rocks, and I'm taking them out because I don't know if they have limestone in them. That'll what is that? That'll raise the pH level. That won't be good. Won't be good. Okay, here we go. Gonna add more of that good dirt. I'm gonna focus on this. Oh geez, oh god, I completely buried it. I gotta be nicer. I gotta be gentler. Just okay. Here we go. Here we go. There we go. We got him. You know what? I think I might actually. I don't think I'm gonna get up to this level up here. That's not gonna be my goal. I think my goal is to um, just meet up where the tomatoes are, like this string length here. Just meet where they are, and then patch it up as I go. Kind of like maybe it's kind of like hilling in a way. Where you give that opportunity to you give more root growth. I mean, if these are coming up white and stringy, they're roots. Like they're like the plant has classified that area of its body as roots. There's nothing you could do about that. So you just have to adapt and keep keep adding to where it is, and hopefully present more light to it. So hopefully making this come a bit closer and meeting to where the root area is declared by the plant itself. Maybe that'll be the thing that fixes its grow. Right now, it's just me playing in the dirt. That's like a dream. That is a dream. Oh, okay. I don't want to bury it too much though. I think I just want to sneak some back here. Yeah, there we go, little buddies. There we go, my children, my little boys and girls. Are plants don't have genders. That's gender phobic or something. It's got a phobia. I'm not afraid of plants though. I'm afraid of people though, because people have the capacity to do the most evil, atrocious things in the world. Plants, they just noodle around, kind of like wormies, but like very slow. Very, they're like very slow worms. They just kind of noodle up out of the ground. They're like, "Hey man, what's up?" And then the sun's like, "Not much, man." And like the rain is just like, "Hey, let me get you up." And then they get happy, and then they grow fruit. Gardening 101. That's what it is. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh yeah. I think around 6 p.m. is the time I should be live streaming, but nobody shows up. Like I didn't have anybody show up last week. What's been going on, yo? Maybe it's because I'm live streaming too much and it's not that special anymore. Let me see. They only like me for my Pokemon. I do like talking Pokemon. Well, I'll save it for my Pokemon talks. Cause I get like an old man with Pokemon Go. Back in my day, Pokemon had better animations. They did. They actually did. You can quote me on that. So notice how like back here I'm not. Here we go. We're just gonna slowly. These guys are getting pelted with just perlite and dirt, but it's for their own good. They deserve to be. Oh crap! Oh crap! Crap. Okay. lightly get these boys and girl. I mean, it's probably a boy. Tomatoes might be boys. I don't know when the fruit is technically the girl part, isn't it? Seed is the male part. That's what I remembered learning in 10th grade biology. Was it ninth grade? Yeah, it was ninth grade. Ninth grade biology. La 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 la. Santa Claus is coming to town. He sees when you are sleeping and knows when you're awake. That's oh jeez. Gonna call the cops on that guy. What a creep. He's gonna be a registered sex offender. He's gonna have to go to his elven neighbors next door and be like, "Hey, I'm a registered sex offender. Looking at these kids sleeping. That's not good. That's not good for his reputation." Seems like a good guy though. You know, with by that logic though, would that mean Santa Claus, the NSA is affiliated with Santa Claus because they know when you're sleeping and they know when you're awake. So, does that mean the terrorists that they spy on are like they get coal? No, they probably just go to like Guantanamo or something. They're sent to Guantanamo Bay because they've been naughty. They're on the naughty list. I wish it was that simple. No, oh, you're on the naughty list. Oh, you get to. I don't want to see them send kids to Guantanamo Bay. With that being said, and out of context, nobody is going to understand what I'm talking about. I have one person flashing in and out of my stream, and I don't even know who it is. Give me a comment. Send me a sign of who you are. Because I don't like guessing. Okay, here we go. Add some more of this wonderful dirt, the soil, the nutrient. Yes, yes, my boy. I hope this doesn't affect my tiny green monster growth. Oh, actually, no. This little guy needs some extra support on the side. There we go. I don't even know if anybody. I don't even know if you could see that or if it's too oversaturated with the light. But if it is, let me know. What am I getting to? So we got all these guys just straight up, like full, except those back there. I gotta get that one back there. I'm going tomato by tomato at this point. Funny thing though, it's like I can't pick all of these. Like it would be monstrously huge if I had all of these tomatoes grow. So I have to get two. I don't know which plants are cherry tomatoes and which ones are just regular tomatoes. I think so. I'm doing a couple of things to remedy. I'm pretty sure that the barrier is fine. It's just not draining quick enough because I set the pump up for too long, and I think that's what ended up getting me waterlogged. That's the story I'm going with, kids. That's the story. This one. See, I'm just straight up coddling the hell out of these boys. Maybe the tomatoes are boys. I don't know. Tomatoes. They help. They help the life. There we go. Do those over there. Drop a hello if you can hear me from planet Earth. I'm watching too many of those old sci-fi shows. See, this one is right next to that one, and this one still hasn't opened up yet. I kind of want to like flick off the seed right there. You know how like when something sprouts, it has the seed on top, but it's still it wants to open up, but it's not. I kind of want to like take them off. Be free of the seed. You know, kind of help them along, but that might be babying them too much. It takes a lot of gentle work, man. I don't know how AI robots are going to be able to um, muster up agriculture. Like it would have to be, there would still have to be some kind of a technician that would have to go meticulous with that. There's still going to be a job for somebody who does this stuff. Because even now, with this, I'm doing low tech autonomous stuff. Like I don't have to check this. I only have to check this weekly, and that's why I'm doing the weekly live stream. It's just me doing what I have to do on a weekly basis and just see, is everything going well? And I have a feeling, yes, it is, sir. There we go. There we go. There we go. Just kind of even it out. I think this might be, I don't know if this is a weed. It kind of looks like one. This one does too. That one does. I can't avoid weeds even if I'm indoors. Strange how that works. I thought I was going to be able to avoid them, but I guess not. Now let's see. Is there any other? I think I'm going to target that one. I'm like doing them one by one. Giving the time I can to these little guys, because they deserve a happy life. Except when like they're, I mean, it's gonna be down to two, so I'm gonna pick which ones get to live. I am God. Okay. There's some in the middle that need some. I'm just gonna leave it up to like just really bury these. I don't know if burying adds stress to them, or does it just entice them to grow further? Because you know, like if you have, I don't know, if somebody was pouring dirt on you and you couldn't get out of something, would you just step on the dirt and then just that would give you more of a vantage point for having access to something like, you know, their light source, their life source. Sorry, light source, life, and the pursuit of happiness. That's kind of like life. We need that opportunity. We need somebody to shine that light on us so we can grow and flourish. God, that sounds cheesy. That's life. Life is cheesy. La 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 la. I'm singing about bananas when I should be singing about tomatoes. One banana, two banana, three banana, four. One tomato, two tomatoes, three banana, four. I still said banana. There we go. Nudge it in. And gentle sweep. Gentle sweep of the. Maybe I could do it like this. Be a little bit nicer to these guys because they deserve everything. Everything, baby. I'll give you anything you want. Except money. Everybody's broke. That's just the state of the economy right now. Everybody's broke. Good luck. Good luck to all of you that are just living your lives, trying to make money. I'm trying to make green in a different way, in a plant. That's what money's printed on. It's printed on plants, and it comes from the backs of hard American agricultural work. You know, we probably import the cotton for dollars from some other country. But cotton isn't really a good growing food. That's why the South lost the Civil War, actually, because I think they were growing cotton when they could have been growing food. You know, it's great weather. But they, you know, I guess when you're growing something that's worth more, is a cash crop. It's what's known as a cash crop. But if you're growing something worth more value than food, then that's something to, you know, that's why the business went the way it did for the South. Um, but you know, they ended up not having enough food for the war, though, and I think that's a big reason why they lost. They were malnourished, a big factor. Malnourishment, not getting your potatoes or tomatoes in time. That'll affect the tide of battle. It has affected the tide of battle. Look at where we are now. Okay. Go. Put that out. These guys out of the dirt. Help them out. Try not to stress them out too much. Maybe they won't be buried completely. Maybe they'll thrive. Get some of these guys. This one's kind of meh. There we go. We kind of got something going. This is looking very uneven, if I do say so myself. Not even just the camera angle, just kind of like thing looks lopsided. I don't know. Maybe it gives more perspective. I'm actually looking over here. I think this still needs to raise up just a little bit around here. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. Oh, yeah, there we go. Just raise it up just a little bit. Yeah, I think that's a good spot. I'm still doing trial and error with this. There we go. That should be good. The more I raise it, the more shadow comes from this side. So I don't want to neglect those guys. Maybe up to here. Yeah, I think I'll do that. I'm gonna raise it up a little bit more. I'm indecisive, folks. It's okay though, because eventually, when I keep changing my plans, you know, eventually something good comes of it. And I think that's more even light, even though it looks kind of. You won't see it on the camera, but it looks kind of lopsided. Yeah, got some dirt. Dirt is good. We're closer up to this level, so I think you know there won't be too much moisture. I think maybe that's why the sogginess happened. It's just speculation, kids. Just speculation. Also, I only sent two pictures to James about this, and he said, you know, I think he's coming like he's only seeing it from like the two pictures that I sent. Um, there's a lot of factors involved. There's a lot of moving parts. A lot more that you you know, gotta see. You can't see unless if you raise the hood up, which I don't want to scare the crap out of that Canadian worm I got going. Canada. I don't know what Canada has to do with giant worms, but they have like night crawlers that are just like really huge. Made in Canada, I guess. What exports do Canadians have? Like, because I think maple syrup is probably made in like a different state or a different country, like probably some third world country or something. It'd be funny if maple syrup came from China too. I mean, it's like, Jesus, you're making everything here. Sending maple trees to there to be manufactured by, a country that doesn't have child labor laws. Yeesh, that's a bit of a predicament. All right, I'm not gonna get that political. Jesus, it's his birthday in a couple days. You better be excited, kids. It's Jesus's birthday in a couple days. Even though, like, I don't think Jesus. Aren't historians saying that Jesus might have been born on a different, like, months earlier? Well, I mean, the was it the formation of the Holy Roman Empire was the compromise between the winter solstice and Christmas, or sorry, and Jesus' birthday to unify the church, and that's why it's on December 25th. So I guess maybe celebrating his birthday, probably months later, is a thing. After doing this, I'm a bit more confident that these tomatoes will do fine. But I think I'm gonna do two. They're bush tomatoes. I don't think these climb. I think they're bush tomatoes. That's a thing. Is that a thing? I need plenty of light. Do I have to raise this up a bit more, or is this fine? Yeah, it's fine. I'm overthinking this, like this light over here, because I could see that there's a lot of nice growth coming from here. There's some neglect over here. There's some neglect, not as bad over here, like on the sides, right in the middle, because it's about this much light. This is the size of the light that I'm using. The light actually ends closer to here. It cascades out only so far. Being behind the baseboards that I showed in earlier weeks, that created a shadow for over there, and I think a lot of the tomatoes didn't thrive at all. So I think with that being said, though, this is a good spot to start planting the companion plants, which I think I'm gonna do. I gotta see what I'm gonna do. Because I'm going to do them in different quadrants, I think. But I don't know. Maybe I should. Should I plant them all at once? Because I got tons of tomatoes going. You know what? I think what I'm going to do first is I'm going to do green beans over there. And I think I'm going to. Yeah, I think I'm going to do maybe a line of green beans over there. I don't know. We're going to do green beans. My mom, she really likes green beans for whatever reason. Oh, funny thing. Wish somebody was on here, or I wish, I just knocked into something. Wish Alex was on because it says, I don't know if it's autofocusing. Big Kahuna. It's got Big Kahuna. Made me think of Pokemon, so that's the only reason why I picked it out. Oh wow, we've almost been on here an hour. Tending to my garden, my field, my virtual field. Because it is practically virtual at this point. I also don't know if this is a weed, so I'm going to be mindful of that. It looks greener than the other ones, which I'm kind of jealous of. Sow in average soil, full sun after danger frost, spring early. Should I just go straight for it? Yeah, I think I'm gonna go bean by bean, man. Here's what they look like. You can see that. I'm actually gonna go a little closer. This is but a little bean. Looks like a white bean. There's probably some dehydration process that I don't understand in order to preserve the seeds. Because obviously the seeds that I planted here were wet. And maybe in hindsight I should have just extracted the seeds, just figured out how to dehydrate them. Quick YouTube. But I just had to go straight into action and do something about it. And then, maybe save the seeds for later. Because if I did like 5 seeds here, like 5 seeds here, 5 seeds there, then I'd have enough. I mean, that's plenty of space for tomatoes. They really can't handle that. They need their space, basically. It's very much like me. I think we're going to go bean by bean. Actually, depth is 1 inch. Thin between like 6 inches. Okay. I think the depth I'm going to do right here, 1 inch. Then I think I'm gonna actually give a bit more space for these guys. They deserve it, and my hope is that these beans do well. Yeah. Maybe from here I'll put this maybe to. Oh wow! I covered a tomato. Whoopsie, whoopsie doopsie. That's about an inch. Hopefully that will be good. It's like a little piece of plastic in here that I gotta throw away. I'm just gonna throw it aside. Yeah, I'll put that one here. We got beans going. Got little beans. Maybe I'll just plant it all. I'll plant this one in this mess right here. See how it do. So I gotta go deep enough so that it can get to the moisture and avoid light because I don't want to confuse it too much. That's the big thing. You don't want to confuse your children, or else they'll end up joining extreme groups that burns down small businesses. That's not good. That's not good for your tomatoes. I think I'll plant one like between these guys. And I don't know if these will amount to anything. This is just hypothetical planting. Well, hypothetical. I'm literally planting it. It's not hypothetical. But I think I'm just gonna take it slow. And you guys get to see the growth every week, Hey, what's up, Alex? Oh shit. Oh, I lost the non-existent monetization that I have because I swore. So, just to update you, Alex, as you can see, the level of the dirt is actually a bit higher, and the stringiness for me indicated that maybe it was that the lower parts of the plant wanted to be more roots because they were white and stringy. Also, I did something where I lowered the light source. So as you can see, the light source is coming from a lot lower so that these tomatoes can get the light that they need. I also got these going. I did mention this earlier, and I actually I gave you a shout out earlier. If you look earlier in the live stream, but right here, oh crap, I don't know if you could see that, but it says Big Kahuna. And I'm like, I got this because of Alex. because it's like, and then we could talk about Pokemons, because the Island Kahuna. I don't know, it's goofy, but I thought it was cute, and I've been good. I've been feeling a lot better, as you could see. You know, the COVID really took me for a spin, and last week I was still kind of squirrely, not squirrely, but just winded, I guess is the word. It wasn't fun, man. But now I'm here. Now I'm here. I got high energy. I have enough energy to help my dad out. Actually, I mentioned this earlier. Yeah, I'm glad. But I mentioned earlier my dad's been on oxygen, and actually came downstairs to help me lower this light, and it's like, geez, are you sure, man? Like he's like, yeah, I'm feeling restless. And so why he's feeling restless is due to the fact that they have him on a steroid that's supposed to help him heal and get better. So it's like, okay, if you want to use that extra energy to help me out, that's cool. But like, I had him sitting down the whole time, or most of the time. He likes getting his hands involved in things, like kind of micromanaging in a way. But it's all good, you know. We all have our quirks. But he's doing a lot better. He's in a lot higher spirits. He's been actually taking the oxygen off and to just rehabilitate himself. Because oxygen is almost like a drug. If you get on oxygen tanks, it's very hard to wean off because you need it. It's not like, I mean, wean off of oxygen through the nose, through a tube. We all need oxygen. Actually, something that I'm learning about oxidation is that I think the drug he has like a craving for blueberries. They're high in antioxidants. I wonder if like he was wondering about like oxygen having um is that what oxygenating something does, or like when something's oxidized, that's oxygen getting into it too much and end up, I guess, aging the body. Oh, really? Do I? It must be me getting older or something. Do I got like bags under my eyes or something? How you doing, Edwin? That's what I'm talking to. I'm talking to Edwin, but I'm also talking to you, Alex, because you came first. You came first to the party, to the show. I'm already an hour in. Maybe it's the lighting. You know how you have, like in cartoons or like old movies or old like wholesome 90s shows where like kids held flashlights to under their face to make them look spookier. That's probably what this light's doing to me right now. Because like from this perspective, I look okay. I don't know. Maybe I am tired. I don't know. Maybe I am. But I planted some beans. I planted some big kahuna seeds, or beans. Beans, excuse me. And they're companion plants to tomatoes. And that's something I didn't know initially about gardening, is that there's synergy. There's synergy. It's almost like a double battle, you know. These like these guys are using rain dance, and these guys can have they're the electric type that could use thunder, and it'll never miss. It's a good analogy, actually. I like that. This is there a move for Sandstorm that has that same effect like thunder? Like, does Earthquake not miss at that point? That would be broken. Earthquake. If Earthquake never missed, actually, it never had a low accuracy to begin with. So it's fine. Earthquake is overpowered anyways. I remember that was just Gen 1. Gen 1 was just Earthquake. Use Earthquake on everything, even if it's not weak to it, just use Earthquake on it and you'll win. I actually did that with my level 100 Typhlosion and Crystal version. I just used, not Earthquake, but I used Ember. Because I'm a sentimental type of guy. that was just like, oh, but Ember was the first move my Cyndaquil used. I can't get rid of it. I get really lame and cheesy about stuff like that. Oh, it's okay, Alex. Not a big deal. I'll see you later. There. Yeah, I was thinking there was. Where are you heading? Yeah. Thank you. I'm sorry. I'm reading the comments. Um, yeah, I hope he feels well too. Thank you for the kind wishes. I think the energy you guys are emanating is helping him heal. The infinity energy. I always got to make Pokemon references, even though this is gardening time right now. But thanks for the kind wishes, you guys. Like seriously, it's been helping me get through it too. Cause yeah, it's tough to see somebody suffer. Like I can never see anybody or anything. I got too much empathy, you know. It's tough to see anything suffer, you know, especially when it's your dad. It's tough. Didn't think I would have to think like that, but I guess I'm an older guy now, so that's something to think about when it comes to the elderly. I don't want my dad to be elderly yet. He's still got some time. My hope is, he stays young for longer and keeps eating his blueberries because that's good for antioxidants. It's good for antioxidants. It's good for the immuno response. Or I think it's good for preventing free radicals in the system, and that's what cooks your DNA. It ages you. Free radicals, that is. So avoid hydrogenated oils, kids. Do it at all costs, right, Edwin? You gotta avoid hydrogenated oils because that's good for your life. It's good to keep you young and not look tired all the time, like me. It's weird. I've been getting enough sleep. Maybe it's that like it's cold and I just don't sleep as well when it's cold. Could be that. I don't know. Ah, boy. See, as you can see, I've been adding dirt to kind of surround these guys just to give them more support, more of a foundation. Now, kind of edge some of these guys a little, give them a little opportunity to live, to be happy. I got to think about what I'm gonna do next because I put a bunch of beans back here to see how they do. They're bush beans, not pole beans. I didn't know there was a difference initially. Let me see what you said. You could be a. I don't know what moderators do. So maybe I don't know. We don't have an. Eventually, I think maybe if I get more subscribers. If I get more subscribers. Oh hey Ruby, how's it going? I just saw your comment. But yeah, I mean like all you guys that are like here right now, like Alex, Edwin, Ruby, once my channel gets bigger or big at all or sizable at least, maybe like once it gets up to like 100 people showing up to the live streams at a time, you guys can all be mods. Definitely. You guys have shown a lot of support, you know, and especially Ruby because like she's been here pretty much the whole time and you know it well a long time. I think the longest commenter that I've seen, like you guys, you've earned it, you know, because you guys, I reward loyalty because it's good to feel like you're not gonna get stabbed in the back because that's a big thing that happens on the internet where they say one thing wrong and that's it. Worst thing in the world. That's the end of your life. And then everybody wants to take you down. But there's always that core group that's like, hey man, I got you. Even though you suck at this, I still love you. And that's that's just it's like life. It's almost like a marriage. Like a good marriage, not like the other, what is it, 40% of or 50% of marriages that fail. Wow. 700 fake profiles and subscribe to me. That would be that'd be so great. Because then at that point I'd be able to achieve monetization. Like here's all I need. All I need, and that's the YouTube requirement. 1,000 subscribers and what is it? 4,000 listening hours. That's it. Then it's free game. At that point, I can claim monetization, and hopefully, I won't be censored. I won't be censored for being too offensive. Um, but yeah, once that happens, it's you know, I got an audience. Or like if I have like 100 live live streaming chats, and like we're doing stuff like super chats eventually pop up. That'll be a way for me to you know do this full time, like really gun ho full time. I'm kind of going gun ho full time now because there's nothing else to do. But once the economy opens up, I'm gonna have to put this a little bit aside. I still do daily uploads every day religiously on YouTube, but you know, once the economy opens up, I honestly hope that once like I could just do this full time because I literally am doing this and it's fun. I love talking to you guys and having a good time and having a couple of laughs. Hopefully you guys aren't laughing at me. but but geez, 7,000 more. That is undying dedication. I will give you a medal. I'll actually give you a medal. I was thinking of something where we do like a club, almost kind of like like where I issue badges. Cause I'm a big Pokemon nerd. I love little pins, little badge pins. Yeah. Oh yeah, Christmas Eve. I forgot. Today's December 23rd. Yeah. Merry Christmas to you guys. It's like I got that Jingle Bell Stantler yesterday. That was cool. It's a nice touch. It's a nice touch. A little reindeer Stantler makes me think of that old what is it? That Johto region Christmas special that had like I think it had karaoke in it, or they had like all the voice actors sang, and it was goofy as hell. But I miss that the Pokemon where it was like that, where it's just goofy Americanism. It's probably the part of 4Kids that I do miss. In case you're not online. Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, yeah. So merry early Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. In case we don't talk, because gotta be with family. Gotta be with family. Gotta enjoy your uh your loved ones. You gotta. I mean, don't let me take you guys away from that either. I'm gonna be live streaming Duolingo and Pokemon on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, but I think I'm gonna do like I'm not gonna do it very long. Yeah, I was thinking about Discord too. 'Cause Alex first presented the idea, and I'm like, that's pretty cool. And then I'm like, you know, maybe we could, maybe we could. Thing is, though, and I will tell you both this. I don't know if Ruby's still online. She might have some technical difficulties with her internet. But the thing about Discord, though, I had a friend who was like accused of like being, you know, uh, I don't know. He was accused of some stuff that like basically slander. like just straight up slander and just defacement of his character. And I know the guy; he's such a good person. He does not like go anywhere. Like they called him basically like a creep, kind of like they call him like a pedo because he was talking to like they never like none of it ever got to the what is it, not suitable, it's not suitable for work type of talk, because anytime somebody initiated that, he's like, nope, nope, not going to talk about that, because he's got to save his own ass, because that's just how it is being a guy in the internet. You're instantly a creep, and it's scary. And it all happened on Discord, basically. It all happened on Discord, and I'm afraid something will happen where like I don't do something correctly, and somebody accuses me of being a creep, and I got to make sure that like, and I won't do anything. I don't want to. I don't have any reason to be a creep. But if the slander does happen on Discord, I gotta have people backing me up here, because it gets to the point where they just like, you get me too'd, and then that's it. That's it. All the things that you built up, all the years. I've been doing this since 2017 at this point, and just all the years put into just really build up your crowd, build up your audience, and then somebody says one thing, and then they believe it, and even though it's wrong and not correct, then it's it. It's very scary. It's very scary. So my hopes is that that doesn't happen on Discord, but I think you guys, I'd like to keep it as close knit as possible. Hopefully, I mean, if it blows up, I know you guys know I'm a good guy. Hopefully, I'm not too much of an asshole, am I? No. Yeah, I mean, yeah, exactly. See, so Edwin's saying I got banned from a Discord server because I said hello and I was marked as a pedophile. It doesn't. It's just a guy thing now. That it just happens to guys that like some girl doesn't agree, like doesn't like for some reason. It's just mean. Like, when did the internet used to be nerds that like had no friends, and then so they went to the internet to find friends. Now it's just like the movie Mean Girls. Now, basically, now that it's normie central, it's now just a cultivation of Mean Girls, and now it's like a virtual Mean Girls, and that's the platform now. It's virtual high school, middle school bullying tactics in order to deface somebody. Except it happens to adults now too. And then I never thought that as an adult I would be bullied. I never thought that in a million years. I thought, adults just acted the part and they actually were the part. I didn't think that they were only acting the part. I thought that they got over this high school crap and they actually acted like how human beings ideally should be, you know? I'll create the Discord. Yeah, I mean, like, I want to create the Discord and I want to make a nice one. I've been on a couple other Discords that are kind of like fantasy role playing, for not for kids, but just for people of all ages. There are some kids too that just want to express themselves, give them free range for stuff like that. Um, you know, to blow off steam, I guess, for like, you know, fantasy kind of like Dungeons and Dragons type of role playing, not the other kind, but you know, but I saw it and they have like a cool leveling system, and I want to figure out how to implement that type of bot into it. So like anybody who comments most, they get more leveling perks, and they become mods. I'm automatically the king, so I got to make it myself. I procrastinate. It's almost Christmas. Oh, I just snapped my neck or cracked my neck. Excuse me. Let's see. Because if some people join the Discord, behave badly, We could time out them or ban. You can actually time out somebody. How do you set that up? How can I 12-year-old? How can a 12-year-old be a pedo? Well, technically, it's the like of some being a pedo is being liking somebody that is prepubescent. So if you're 12 and you like somebody who's 12 who's prepubescent, then yeah, that kind of falls under that category technically. But it's like at that point, it's like you're just playing semantic games with somebody who's also a kid that likes another kid. That's normal, right? It should be normal at least. The mods could time out them. I just didn't know that timing out was a feature in Discord. I thought it was just banning, but timing out, okay. That's another variable. That's another variable. You know what? I could actually lower this even lower and still keep the angle. I don't know if I could do that. But I really want to shimmy up to here to give these guys an opportunity to live their lives. Just mental note, Set up bots that detect inappropriate language and they either get banned or timeout. Yeah, I don't know if I trust bots. I don't know if I trust bots too much. I don't know what happened to. I don't know what happened to Brandon or Brendan. He was like another guy that commented on. Maybe he saw that my tomatoes weren't doing that well. Can't win them all. It's okay. Yeah, it's what would we do on there though? Would we talk about direction in which we can go for the PD? I need to set up crowdfunding if I'm gonna make something like this a full-time gig of cheeky commentary towards Pokemon and other video games and live streaming and stuff and music. I want to do music. Like I set out to just do music and just do that. But it's tough now. It's tough now because there's a lot less. There's a lot more music that takes less effort to achieve. Therefore, people are willfully accepting like more and more watered down music, and I kind of want to help that epidemic from persisting. You know, so I want to do a lot more I guess heavy intensive projects that would require me recording myself doing everything and producing it well enough. That's the dream. Or if it's one of those things where I'm just live streaming on YouTube, I kind of just want to have everything on YouTube, to be honest with you, because I don't know how to set. I mean, we could do like a group chat on Discord, but at that point, I'm not uploading on YouTube every day, you know. And I kind of have that routine of uploading on YouTube every day. That's just I don't know. I'm just spitballing here. Yeah. What was the yeah probably to what? Like, what did you say yeah probably to? Because it comes late, the live stream. So like even though you send the message, like whenever you hear me say stuff, like you hear what I say later on, if that makes sense. Also, I see a worm trying to make a run for it. Music, let's play Pokemon games. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I want to do reviews. I tried reviews. I tried like reviews of trailers. It becomes very like clickbaity, and I gotta make a nice thumbnail. I don't want it to be like a news channel at that point. Like I feel like a lot of people hop on the newer and bigger, greater thing. And I'm at the point now where I'm like, just because it's newer doesn't mean it's better. I mean, across the board, when it's either video games, when it's new operating systems, when it's new technology, like I prefer dumb TVs over smart TVs because just because it has a Netflix button doesn't make it have more HDMI inputs where I could have a computer that computes better than what a TV can do. Um, and just because it has embedded Chromecast doesn't mean, you know, I want to cast things from my phone. Chromecasting doesn't work anymore, really. I honestly think it was just set up for data collection, just to see what phones are connected to which people and what those people and what demographic they fall into like to watch. And I feel like that was just a great way to data mine us. Could be. That's a theory. That's a running theory. But I think I'm gonna keep doing the Pokemon Go runs. I'm gonna keep streaming Pokemon Go and Duolingo. I'm gonna keep those two because I want to keep the daily streaks going for Duolingo because I'm up to 112 days and it's gonna be 113 starting today. I think no, actually no, I did today's run at midnight. So Pokemon Go I have to do today, and it's gonna be my 3-day streak of the week for that. And I'm gonna keep that going at the bare minimum. I think from there though, I I'm looking to expand. Maybe I might live stream from my room a something like a capture card situation where I'm playing Pokemon Shield or Pokemon Sword or Shield or Zelda. I have a Nintendo Switch. I also have South Park: The Stick of Truth. I've waited to play that. I have it for Xbox 360. South Park: The Stick of Truth for Xbox 360, and I've wanted to play that for so long, and I don't know why I've waited. Maybe I wanted to live stream it because the first time I watched a Let's Play for it was actually I think it was Jacksepticeye, and he had such a I don't know he had such a positive attitude. It inspired me to get the game. I think that's why Let's Plays are still allowed. I think it's because it gives the consumer inspiration. I guess I am tired. I'm yawning here. Unboxing maybe. Um, the thing about YouTube I want to preserve is not how YouTube was around the time of monetization, but just before and when the monetization started. I want to do just wholesome videos that inspires people to be happy or to do the same thing or to get into the same thing. I kind of like how Insane in the Rain is with his music videos. It's just a guy with a saxophone. I mean, he plays everything else. He's a very talented musician, and he just does music videos just like that. Dr. Pez does that too. It'd be cool to be just like them. And maybe what I could do is do like a behind the scenes live stream of my practice sessions, but I don't know if that would be entertaining for people. I mean, the garden seems like it's, you know, hopefully it's not too mundane to look at a bunch of dirt and stuff growing up or plants growing up. But I hope the commentary does help, keep you guys feel comfortable, have you guys, I don't know, give you guys company or something like that. For some reason, it's taken me a lot of effort to say give you guys company. I'm losing my mind here, being cooped up in this house all this. Let's see. You're playing GTA, and there's a guy that helped set up this heist, and we finally did the heist, and kicked me in and unfriended you. Wow. Oof. That's awful. That's awful. That guy sucks. He just kicked you out for doing the heist and unfriended you. I don't like that. I don't like that one bit. That. Let me tell you this, man. reasons why, and I think um, I have a Halo fan base that's been cultivating. If you look at my Halo 8-bit videos, there's a lot of commenters flooding in because they're just seeing the notification. Because for some reason YouTube likes to show notifications of content that's 2 years old. I don't understand why that is. Maybe it's YouTube's way of calling people's bluff. Like, oh, they're not going to be around for a while, and then finally, once they stuck around, they get they get the flood of viewership. But that concept still in the works. Being said, um, I had some guy ask me, like, I think he was talking about, or there was a guy saying like, oh, the campaign for this old school retro style Halo game. I think it was like I don't know if it was Halo 2600 or it was something. It was a different it's like a 16-bit Halo game that was like a side scroller almost. And the guy said, "Oh, it's not really like an online game." And I'm thinking to myself, well, that doesn't really affect me because like online gaming for me has always been seen like I've always observed friends and I've always seen a negative connotation from online gaming itself. So I'm very wary with live streaming. I've had this idea of playing games and posting it online for years, probably since like 2014, maybe 2015. 5 years I've had this idea. I've only started to implement it like like a week ago, like live streaming at least. But it's scary because there's the cyberbullying thing. There's also other factors. There's other moving parts that go into it, like that backstabbing situation that you went through, man. I feel for you. Like it sucks to get abandoned. To take it from somebody who's experienced that on multiple occasions, getting abandoned is the worst feeling in the world. And maybe that's why I seek comfort through live streaming as I'm doing this. Maybe it's not you or not you, but maybe it's not the audience that needs a welcoming feeling. Maybe it's me, or maybe it's a synergistic thing where both of us uh, need that company in order to feel like maybe we don't suck. I'd like to think I don't. You know. Um. Let's see. Help set up the heist. He was lower level than you, and you didn't even know how he could how he couldn't do it without it. Yeah, yeah. I mean, like, I didn't know they had levels in GTA. I mean, the last GTA game I've played was San Andreas, and all I did was that was fun because like there's all the memes with Big Smoke and stuff like that. That's the only reason I know GTA is because of San Andreas. And like I remember learning about GTA 5. I'm a bit of a tangent. I'll answer your question in a sec. But like I had a friend who one of my IRL friends who's like, "Hey, you're gonna get GTA 5." I'm like, "Do they have cheat codes? Like, do they have cheat codes that are in the game?" It's like, "No." Then no, I'm not gonna get it. If I have to mod it, no, I love the cheat codes that all you had to do was punch in a couple of buttons in order to like get cars to have cars fly. That was the coolest thing because I pretended it was like Harry Potter in the Chamber of Secrets, just flying around. Da, 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 da. You know what I'm talking about? I don't know if you've seen Harry Potter, but just that I don't know, just that feeling of getting away from the bad guys made me think of that one scene in the Chamber of Secrets where Harry sneaks out of his room of the Dudleys. I think that's their name. Dudley the first name of the kid, or is that the family's name? I don't know. I don't know. I have to think about that. I think Dudley might be the cousin's name, not the last name. I don't know. It's I gotta watch that movie again. But you have a Deluxio, which is a flying card. It's basically, oh, sweet DeLorean. See, the thing is like if you had cheat codes, you could make like back in San Andreas, back in Vice City. Like I remember watching my cousin. I was a young kid, so I wasn't allowed to have a mature game. I mean, but those standards are gone now. Like I grew up in the age where my mom's like, oh, it's not for kids, so you can't play it. And I'm like, oh, geez, mom. It was very wholesome. My mom was very protective. Luckily, I didn't get the desensitization of shooter games because I'd like to believe that it's a desensitizer in many ways, but it really depends on the type of kid that is in front of the screen, of course, and the parent that's involved with saying this isn't real life, kid. If you actually do this, because there are some kids that don't have parents that don't tell them, this isn't like this. You can't do this anywhere else, and then they get disassociative, and then school shootings happen. I guess that's the argument I would hear towards blaming games for shootings. But other than that, I don't really blame the artist. Like, don't blame the game maker for something that blows off steam. GTA 5 did have cheat codes. Okay, maybe I was just being stubborn. Yeah, okay. I thought that was a different game that did the phone number thing with the cheat codes. Hmm. Make the ocean clear. Because that's the only reason I like Grand Theft Auto. I remember I needed a flash drive in for college, and like it was completely wiped out because for some reason 16 gigabyte flash drives were needed in they were absolutely needed, like essential, um, for GTA 5's enjoyment or something like that, or you needed more memory space. It was weird, something like that. But I remember being pissed, like, I'm never getting GTA 5 now because they minorly inconvenienced my life for getting school supplies. No, I don't have it. I actually don't have it. I don't. I never got GTA 5. I mean, I never fully got into it. Like I played San Andreas. I got over like the first mission, and I'm like, okay, let's go steal cars and like do goofy stuff. I don't like doing the missions. Like there's a lot of hardcore GTA fans that would probably hate me right now because they go through the storyline, they do everything, they get access to the giant jet at the end of the game. It's like, why would I ever do that? I could just make cars fly for free. That's why I bought the game so I could punch hookers and just once a cop tries to rough me up, then I just fly away. Try to fly to Mexico. I did try to fly to Mexico in San Andreas. Online games that I have. What do you mean online? Well, does Pokemon count? Does Pokemon Sword count as an online game? I mean, I got a lot of Nintendo Switch games to I don't know, keep that simple. But for the most part, my methodology, not my methodology, but my philosophy with gaming itself is I like story based games. So stuff with cutscenes, stuff with a campaign of any kind. I really like the story. Whenever I get to a shooter, I don't really get that same experience for some reason. Probably because I'm more into fantasy oriented stuff. Legend of Zelda had a very nice lore to it, had a very nice storyline to it, had some cute quirks to it as well. Um, excuse me. You're right. I am getting tired. You're right. Pokemon. Probably Pokemon. but like all we can do is battle. Walking Dead, which you basically play through episodes. You know, I never got into the whole zombie survival stuff, but I will admit though, I did do a live stream. My friend might have removed the video, but we did a not a live stream, but we did do a let's play of what's it called? 7 Days to Die. 7 Days to Die was the name of the game, and it's like Minecraft zombies, or it's like literally like Minecraft except like more zombie apocalypse oriented. It was a fun game, and I actually looked up strategy guides for it. I think when I have to look into strategy guides, that's when I get too obsessive. And I try to reserve that only to Pokemon and like other games that I've been loyal to for all these years because I know more about Pokemon and I just I gravitate to it more, I guess. Just because it's I've always been a Nintendo fan. I've never been a Xbox or PlayStation fan. Only PlayStation for like Square Enix stuff. Like Kingdom Hearts and what is it? Star Ocean, I think. But even then, I didn't really beat Star Ocean. I tried playing one of the not like one of the more later Final Fantasies. I think I might have played 12, Final Fantasy 12, and I just didn't really like it. Like I stopped playing after a little bit. Um, but yeah, maybe The Walking Dead. I don't know. I'm not really a fan of the show. I haven't really gotten into it. I'd like to, maybe. I don't know. Thing is, I think it's because my sister dated a jerk that got her into Walking Dead, and for some reason, I just don't like Walking Dead because of that jerk that she dated. Um, that's probably a really bad reason to not like it, but when something gives you a sour taste in your mouth, you tend to avoid it. You know. All right. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Have a good FaceTime, man. I might actually end it here. I'll be back live streaming Pokemon Go. I might take some break for dinner, and then I'll live stream Pokemon Go. I might be out and about doing that too. But yeah, enjoy the FaceTime, man. I think I'm gonna continue here. I'm pretty much done for right now. Um, I think I've remedied it as much as I can. Gonna have some beans growing back there. Tomatoes are going. This leaf is going. This leaf is going. But next week we'll see how the beans are sprouting, and then from there, maybe we'll add the parsley and basil. I'm gonna take it slow, but yeah, Edwin, you have a good FaceTime with your girlfriend. I'm just here, to socialize at this point because I think I sought out. I did everything I sought out to do at this point. So yeah, you have a good night, man. Okay. You didn't leave. See, I already concluded the video. It's like now we got two people on here, so maybe we can keep this going until we get some closure on this endeavor. We kind of do have some closure. What do you think I should add to this garden? I added a couple beans back here. I hopefully you saw me do that. Um, but yeah, I've kind of raised the bed a little bit, just raised the dirt level so that the roots aren't getting oversaturated and the soil isn't getting oversaturated too. Yeah, I don't know. I might stay on longer because somebody else came on. Ah, see, there's a guy. There's Dylan. Ah, see, we got a new fan. I'm gonna stay on a little bit longer. How you doing, Dylan? I was just about to end, and we got somebody liking my garden. Are you a fan of gardening, Dylan? I wanna ask you personally because we don't really have that much of a chat going, or you know what I mean. There's like two people on, so it's kind of nice to have that kind of two people on the chat, because then you don't have to rely on super chats. You know, because I don't really like nickel diming people. So it's like very personable at that point when you have a smaller channel doing a live stream with like two people watching. That's cool. That's cool, man. Uh, oh, I forgot what I was asking. Oh yeah, what interests you in the gardening field? My, you know, I guess my area. I don't know. I'm kind of tired. I'm gonna drink some sustenance. Never really gardened before. The stream showed up out of nowhere. I thought I'd check in. Okay. Oh, that's weird. I wonder what's helping my algorithms. Maybe because I'm live streaming every day. Not the garden. I live stream gaming too. I'm a Pokemon Go fan. I've been live streaming Pokemon Go and Duolingo every day. I'm learning Portuguese and I'm playing Pokemon. And I've been live streaming that every day. So it could be that we have similar interests. So let me know what your interests are. You know, maybe we have something in common. Could be that. I don't know. Maybe it's just YouTube being nice to me. Give me a Christmas bonus because I got It's weird. I shot up 12 subscribers in just a week. Might have something to do with the extra live streaming I've been doing. Yeah, it's pretty interesting. You know, I usually just talk about Pokemon the whole time and how the good days were. You know. Oh man, I gotta like. I've been talking a lot. I might lose my voice. I'm at that level right now. Yeah, I'm thinking the algorithms feeling generous, because then you know once the new terms of service comes into play, the new YouTube policy comes into play. I can't talk about. uh, Well, I can talk about less than, you know, because they're very censor and ban happy. So maybe I've done something right. Maybe if I say, hey, you know, I don't know, something positive about whatever YouTube is lobbied with, then I'll get extra clicks. Maybe if I start talking about The Bachelor or something. My mom and my sister are watching The Bachelorette upstairs, and that's something that's normie culture. If I talk about normie culture, maybe that'll help my algorithms. Because I'm thinking it's that. I'm honestly thinking it's just normies trying to take over the internet. It's like, no, this is mine. We gotta say no to them. We must resist the normies. They're coming. I just hope they're being generous, you know. But you seem like a nice fellow, Dylan. I'm tired, man. Caught me at like the tired time of my live stream. But yeah, I mean, hey, what do you want to know about gardening? Gardening, maybe I could teach you some things about gardening. Actually, let me show you around. Let me show you around. I'm not gonna lift the camera too much, but I'm gonna show you some stuff. So here, what we got here. This is the grow bed. We got a top layer of soil, as you can see. Then below it, this thing is supposed to be a barrier between what's known as the grow media, which is a bunch of rocks. And they're specific rocks so that lime doesn't deposit into the what's below here. I got another tank of this. This is full of water. And the way the plants get the nutrients is I actually put the nutrients into the water supply in order to have them grow. Because normally, when in traditional farming, you get the what is it? You get the nutrients from the soil, and it's actually a slower process to do it that way versus doing it straight from water. Also, the camera angle's a little crooked. That's why I don't mess with this too much. I don't have a switcher. That's not in the budget, considering that I only have 306 subscribers. And I'm happy that I have 306 subscribers. Blah blah. I'm stuttering because it's like I was down to like 297 last week, and it shot up like 12, and that never happens to me. Watch, one day I'm just gonna have like 1,000 just pop up out of nowhere because the algorithm loves me. Yes, algorithm, the almighty algorithm, bless me with your grace. Jeez, I'm saying this like a couple days before Jesus' birthday. Jesus, love Jesus. Well, I don't know. I don't know Jesus personally, but I assume he's a good guy. I assume. I could be wrong. But hey, Christmas is a happy time, so can't go wrong with that, you know? Yeah. I've been saying that, man. I've been saying that. It's hard to get traction. Um, I should probably read this out loud for the viewers. So what he said is it's cool you're able to get audience at all. Hard to get any traction in this time. You damn right, man. And I just said damn, so I should be banned, right? That's a bannable offense. So I don't know, man. Maybe it's because I'm not I don't know, maybe I'm not partnered yet. I'm not like a official partner. I'm still below like the 1,000 subscriber, 4,000 listening hour or viewing hour count. I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine, man. But honestly, uh, I'm spacing out. I'm spacing out because I've been talking all day, all night. I did my Duolingo around midnight. Um, yeah, it's crazy. And you know what? I wanted this to be a music channel. I want to just do music. I honestly just want to sit there with my axe and just make people happy with music. Would that be something you'd be interested in, or is that kind of old fashioned? Because I talk between. I'm an entertainer, you know? Um, yeah, I mean, I've been doing let me give you some context. I've been doing this since 2017, and I still only have 306 subscribers. I've been uploading videos every single day. It's like, come on, man, give me some help. Give me some audience. Stop, reserving it for like one or two people. I think I don't know if it could be the fact that the quality of my videos aren't as good. A lot of it's just music. A lot of it isn't my face or videos or any kind with any production value. This is the most production value that I've been able to get on a consistent basis. So maybe that's why traction is developing. Your guess is as good as mine. I'm open to any theories at this point. Making yourself happy. I mean, so what he's saying is, I mean, the first thing you need to do is consider is making yourself happy. I understand the need to create something to make others happy, but it needs to please you first. And I think that's where the popularity comes into play. Because I watched an interview from the lead singer of NoFX, Fat Mike, he's known as. I don't know his last name, but you know, he's kind of a jerk, honestly. I've seen him like kick somebody in the face with like a heavy, like probably a steel-toed boot or something like that. Get backstage to like you could kick me as hard as you can in the shin, and it was, he got what he deserved, I guess. But anyways, that slight tangent aside, he said something along the lines of, all we're focusing on is just having fun. We don't care about anything with the audience. We don't care about the audience at all. Screw them. I mean, he didn't say screw him, but he said like, who cares about the audience? Like, it was more like, why do we care? Like, it's all that matters is us having fun on stage. If people want to come, they can come. But all that matters is we're having this synergy, and that's all that she wrote. And I remember hearing that, like, God, it has to be like 7 or 8 years ago, and I kind of took that to heart. It's like for the gardening, it's more like therapy for me. Being in the dirt, playing with the leaves. These are nice leaves I got going on. I like this leaf right here. That's like the biggest one I got going. This one too, kind of remedying it a little bit. I added dirt. Since you're new to it, what I did today was I added some dirt onto here to help um, cushion the root system and give them more of a foundation to grow. But it's therapy for me, and I think the people that view this segment of my channel, they see it as therapy as well. So I think that's the reason to do it. That's the reason to continue this every week. It's because it's that mentality you're talking about. And let me read your comment again. Okay, it's the same thing you said earlier. Yeah, I thought you sent me a new comment, but yeah, I think yeah, finding enjoyment is the key. Rehabilitating is the key. Recouping mental stress and gearing it towards something else like this. I think I've achieved it, man. I'm not like I. Eventually, I'm gonna get a better green thumb. I've kind of had some struggles with this gardening endeavor, but I've been getting more and more of a green thumb as I've been going. So I'm I'm happy about you know doing doing more and more for that. And I'm sprinkling some dirt onto these guys. Give myself something to do too. Music is therapy, though. I just gotta write better songs, I think. Yeah, you know, that's the thing, man. You're like, it's let me read what you said. Yeah, an audience of any size is an admirable thing to aim for. And I actually was in a band with a drummer who said that. Very similar to that. If there's only an audience of one, I don't really care. I'm performing to them. I get to perform to them, and that's the real ticket. That's the starting point. At the very least, it's at least somebody is seeing it. And it's the same thing right here. Last week I didn't have anybody viewing me. I have a bunch of regulars that show up. Hopefully, you become a regular too, because it's fun talking to people and stuff. Because I started this thinking, like maybe we can, you know, with the pandemic going on, maybe people are feeling lonely, and that feeling is awful, especially when um, especially when you can't go out, you can't see anybody, just a sense of isolation. Maybe doing this will help people feel less isolated. And, it's not just therapy for me, like earlier, what I was saying. But um, yeah, that's something I definitely agree with. Where, as long as there's one person on the live stream, I'm going to stay with them. And, I mean, I might end in a bit, or I might stay on for like maybe 15 minutes to 30 minutes more, because I gotta jump over to my Pokemon Go live stream, because I've been doing daily Pokemon Go live streams, and that's been fun talking to people about Pokemon. Um, but yeah, just one audience member or one person in the comments. I always comment and I always heart their comment. Unless if they say something that I don't know how to respond to, and I apologize to those people. Except for the people that give me spam and like are obvious bot channels. I kind of leave the comments there because it's like, if it's clickbait for like a virus, at least it's a comment to help my algorithms. I'm at that low of a level for the size of my YouTube channel. Yeah. No, it's fine. When it like So what he's saying, I think I'll subscribe. Can't guarantee I'll be around every time, but it's nice to see someone down to earth with their craft. Hey, it's good to make people not feel like they're alone in the world. Like, I'm assuming you're a good person. We got to stick together, man. There's a lot of good people that feel like that all there is are all there all there is all there are bad people in the world. But they're on Twitter, okay? This is YouTube. This is YouTube territory. We're gonna make it full of good people and none of this drama stuff. None of this. There's a wave of TikTokers that are coming here and they're invading the YouTube platform with their stupid, cringy stuff. It's not like Vine. TikTok is not like Vine. It's like this whole toxic fume of just bully kids. I saw this one kid on Dr. Phil that just was a complete monster. And I don't say this. I don't speak ill will about anybody that much anymore, because high school is come and gone. But this kid just it's completely morally bankrupt. If you watch the Dr. Phil episode of this one TikToker, YouTuber type of person, online influencer, that just literally just has a camera out and bullies people and does fake, like fake prank videos. Man, this I got really pissed off with people like that just to get views. Is it worth it at that point? To and like while he was on Dr. Phil, actually, it was the one episode where Dr. Phil was just like, you know what? We're not doing this. We're going to commercial break. We're done here. You know, that's it. We're because he was not hearing what Dr. Phil had to say. And this kid was just literally trying to bribe the next door neighbor because he kept calling her a Karen and he kept bullying her and harassing her. And it's like, he just all he did was give her a gift basket. Out of all of that, he just gave her a freaking gift basket, and I'm just I'll give your kid a shopping spree. How about that? I'll apologize by giving your kid a shopping spree. And I'm watching this kid only knows that bribery and funneling money to somebody is the only way to get their affection. And I'm just oh, what has humanity become? Where there are still people like that. I'm trying to not be the polar opposite of that, Let me see what you're saying. Yeah, you think it's wrong to call kids cringe for enjoying their music? No, I'm not saying that. What? Let me clarify. Let me clarify. I like the self-expression that kids have. Let me make this clear. I like the self-expression, and actually, I have a lot of friends that are younger that that are just going through that vulnerable times in their lives that they're expressing themselves. And anytime I talk to a kid that is going through that vulnerable time, I'm always cognizant of that and I'm always respectful. And I'm like, you live your life. You do what you like. You express yourself in the way that you see fit. Because I can't dictate what makes you happy, even if it's cringe. Because we all have that point in our lives that it's just you just gotta branch out, man. Gotta young sprouts gotta branch out. Gardening metaphor. Yeah, yeah. Okay, I didn't read the second comment, but I had to clarify that for my own street cred. No, not street cred. You know what I mean? In case if some other YouTube tries to haunt me or tries to take me down, because that's what it's become, man. It's a takedown. This person destroys that person. This person takes down that person. You know, and it when did it become like the movie Mean Girls, where all of these like mean people just come up and just, oh, this person's a pedo, therefore they are never going to ever see the light of day of anything, and their YouTube career or their online career is completely gone, even though they have wholesome views. You know, once you get labeled something, then that's it. Hey man,
Hey man,
how you doing?
I'm good. Just gotta check something
It's my dad.
with the plumbing.
Yeah, I heard something like I heard something that was like I forget what it was. It was like something that like just water spraying somewhere.
Over here?
Yeah, I guess it's that.
Nah.
I don't know what that was. I'm not wearing my glasses, so I can't really see over there. Also, bright lights shining in your face is not very good for your vision. Keep that note. The blue light filters kind of work. They also make these special gaming glasses that I want to look into that kind of protects the eye a little bit more. Got a bit of a astigmatism.
Do me a favor.
Okay, I thought you were accusing me of stuff.
Hey,
You
do me
weren't
a favor.
accounting. Yeah, what's up, man?
Hate to interrupt your podcast here, but next time you see it spray over there,
Let you know.
let me know where it's spraying.
Okay, I couldn't see because I don't know. I don't.
I know you're doing your thing. I hate to interrupt your professional show business because you do a great job. But unfortunately, you get the good side of the
I
basement.
know. I got the good side of the basement.
I want to make sure we don't have problems during your podcast. It's worse.
No,
if
I
you
know.
could just if you could just let me know where it's leaking from. What happens is something's frozen, the sump pump goes on,
Oh,
and it
okay.
can't get out where it's supposed to go. And it's
Gotcha.
going someplace else.
Okay.
So I want
Learning about plumbing today.
to take care of the ice tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock in the morning.
Okay.
Ryan's coming over, and if you can help us dig, that would be good too. We gotta
Dig
clear
through the
where it
ice?
discharges,
Okay.
and then we won't have it leaking here anymore.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
sorry to bother you folks with my
No, that's fine. It's
real
fine.
life stuff here,
We
but
got IRL stuff going on. It's all good. Hey, it's a basement. It's the place for where water is supposed to, I guess, siphon into.
you gotta make it right.
It's where all the plumbing goes. You know,
Hey,
it's
I'll
we
see
got.
you in the morning.
Yeah, I'll see you in the morning, man. I'll probably be up in a bit. Actually, I gotta live stream my Pokemon. Speaking of which, oh, we got a timer going. It's 10 p.m. Wow, it's getting late. So I guess he is going to bed. But yeah, to iterate what we were talking about earlier, thank you for not accusing me of being a bad person. You know, it's like you don't know when it's gonna happen because it happens. Especially it happens to guys. It happens to guys the most. Um, when it happens to girls, it's what I've noticed, at least in this environment, the way it stands as of 2020, even 2019, 2018. If it's a girl that gets in trouble with stuff, it's because they've done something sociopathic. When it's a guy like me or you or anybody, we had a commenter earlier, one of my regulars, Edwin. He's talking about how he was accused as being a pedo. It's like he's like 12 years old. Like first off, it's like if you were 12 and you had a crush on a girl who was also 12, yeah, technically you're into a girl that is prepubescent. That might be prepubescent, but it's like because some girls develop at age 10, you know, then they're not prepubescent. But semantics aside, you know, like being just a guy in the internet, just saying something one or two things wrong, it can be completely deadly. So you got to watch yourself. Yeah. Oh, it's late there. Are you in Eastern Standard Time? It's 10 p.m. here. If it's the same there, you know, then we're on the same. We're on the same. I don't know, time zone. That's the word, time zone. I keep forgetting. I sometimes my brain freezes whenever it comes to thinking of the word to say to finish the idea. it's a brain problem I gotta fix. Oh, it's around 3 a.m. there, so you must be further out. You're not in America, I don't think. That I imagine that would be somewhere like I don't know, Africa. You from Africa? I don't know. I don't know what time zone that is, but that's definitely out over east where I'm from. I believe so. Because out west it's earlier. Yeah, I think that's the way it goes. You from the UK? Yeah, I guessed it. Yeah, right before I saw the comment, UK. I'm thinking UK. Very nice. Maybe it's because I was talking about Pokemon Sword because they're based in the UK. No, that's lame. I don't know. That's kind of weird how like it's random how like it showed up in the UK. Maybe the UK likes me now. Maybe I got something to say that pleases the Queen. you know, the Queen likes me for some reason. I don't want to. But if I say something bad about her, that's it. That's it. I go missing. Or I get uninvited to the tea party. I don't know. I don't mean to. I don't mean to say that derogatorily either. Maybe it's because I'm a fan of RuneScape. Maybe it's because I like RuneScape. Or I played Magic: The Gathering. I think that was made in the United Kingdom. I believe so. I remember the person who made Magic had a British accent, so I'm assuming that it was made in the UK. But I like RuneScape and Magic: The Gathering and Banjo Kazooie, all United Kingdom companies that I love. Rareware, they were like the Beatles of video games back then, and when it was back in the Nintendo days before they got bought out by Xbox. I really wish that they bounced back though. I really want to see them bounce back with a Banjo 3E, and it's just going to be this amazing amalgamation of everything. Like the Cars thing should have just been a small feature. They shouldn't have completely changed the gameplay to it being centered around cars. That's just it's my 2 cents on that. What was I gonna say? Yeah, but talking about the earlier conversation, it's crazy how people jump the gun on things. And I think maybe that's why the cultivation of conspiracy theories has come into place. Like it's it's gotten to the point where like, well, partially I think it's because of the lack of trust that humanity has with news. So much so that everybody's own theory starts coming up, and that ends up spewing. It can be perverted into spewing its own disinformation, and then that's where the deplorable factions of conspiracies come into play. But I wouldn't wholeheartedly believe that it's fully deplorable, if that makes sense, due to the fact that the official narrative has been shown to lie to us on numerous occasions. Um, but I won't. I'll only go that deep. I, I'll be on the surface. There is no rabbit hole here. It is the surface level of understanding. Just I'm gonna go conceptually on that one, my friend. Yeah. Think what was. Sorry, I don't know what you were referring to when you were referring to it. We're referring to. It's hard to say for some reason. I'm developing speech impediments while I'm getting tired. See if thieves is okay now. Yeah. I've never heard of Sea of Thieves. Is that a what is that? Is that a I don't want to be wrong here. Is that like a Rareware game that I'm just not aware of? I've stopped paying attention to Xbox games a lot. I'm kind of like, I don't know, I'm neutral. I'm kind of neutral. I'm like a neutral Sony fan. I'm a neutral Xbox fan. Like I have a 360, I have a PS4. The game sharing thing kind of scared me away from Xbox One and PS4. I knew was going to have Kingdom Hearts 3. I didn't know it would, excuse me, would be for Xbox. But for some reason, I'm a huge Nintendo fan throughout. Back when it was unpopular with the GameCube, back when it was popular with the 64, to then unpopular with the GameCube, Wii, and Wii U. I actually didn't. I actually bowed out of the Wii U. I'm not that loyal of a fanboy, but I skipped a generation. I got the 3DS at least, so I stayed in the game. But then the Switch is beating everybody. I feel. They're getting bigger. Oh, it's the. Oh wait, what was I saying? Best not to get what into it. What do you mean by get what into it? Um, I mean, if you're implying that it's not good to get into, um, yeah, I got addicted to Magic the Gathering. I'm a struggling, surviving Magic the Gathering survivor, and I don't even say that as a joke. Like it pulls you in. It's addictive, man. Just each game, like, oh yeah, I just beat you, and I did 20 damage in one turn. Like, yeah, I won, and it just becomes an ego game, and it's addictive, man. But multiplayer pirate game that was released a few years ago. Had a few updates since then. I tend not to side with the gaming giants. You know what? Um, I respect that indie development support because it makes games like Castle Crashers come into fruition and gets or Undertale get that recognition that they deserve, and it shows that the little guys can be just as good. You know. Um, I think the reason why I'm into like more Nintendo games is just tradition. It's kind of like a family reunion whenever you play a new Pokemon game, new generation, new everything. It's familiarity, I think, and also I like Kingdom Hearts because it gave me an existential crisis when I was 13, and because of that, all of my philosophy and thinking comes was sparked from Kingdom Hearts 2 specifically. So I give them my undying loyalty because of that. And I actually partially Kingdom Hearts 2 and also Birth by Sleep was a huge like, oh god, what is this? What is life? What is darkness? Um there's that. Um what's another game? Zelda also because it's Nintendo and it's like right next to Pokemon for me with the tradition. Also because Breath of the Wild is just a beautiful, gorgeous landscape of a game. Just the um, the amount of time that was put into the mechanic itself, and have have it be such a big explorable map that has something to do at every corner. Pretty cool. Very, very. It's a technological feat, honestly, if you ask me. That game is a technological feat because it's the biggest map. I mean, there's probably bigger maps now, but like Breath of the Wild, as it stands, as a polished, AAA game, it has, the biggest map, and it's like 4 times the size of Skyrim's map. Crazy, crazy. Yeah, I kind of burnt myself out with the Korok seeds too. Like I like the big games that are just a huge jam. Um, like but I would have liked something like if you collect all 900 Korok seeds, there should be more than just inventory upgrades. If it's only inventory upgrades, like why not make food inventory upgrades? Why not make um something else? I don't know, some kind of a perk. Honestly, I think at that point, getting the 900 Korok seeds at the end, you should just have the Master Sword, be at 60 power, kind of like the DLC pack. Like you could either buy the DLC to get your Master Sword at 60 power, or you get 900 Korok seeds. It's your choice. Do you really want to get all those Korok seeds to get the Master Sword upgrade? I didn't think so. Like, because it's annoying. Like that part was how I burned myself out. I take breaks with some games where it's like, okay, I've had enough. I'll come back to it. But the replayability of Breath of the Wild is so amazing. I'm thinking of getting Hyrule Warriors though, Age of Calamity. I haven't gotten that yet because I want to play Link to the Past, not Link to the Past, Link's Awakening, because that looks cute. I love how, and this is what I like about Yoshi's Craft World, where like it's just like it looks like a stop motion animation, and it's so artful. You don't see that kind of stuff commonly with Xbox or PlayStation. It's usually dark, dingy, like depressing games, and I think that's why indie games get such a great perk for a lot of people because they want to make something that's a bit more contrasting or a bit different than the conventional shooter game, if that makes sense. Let's see. I feel the awards, the DLC offered weren't really worth it. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like getting something. It's like getting an item so post game that it's just not worth it at that point. Like, why do I need the obliterator? Like, I already have the master sword that all I have to do is like wait like 30 minutes and it won't break. I have like edge of duality, or you know what I'm saying, like the royal. I forget what it is. Isn't it like what's the black um like the black equipment that's like the royal sword or something like that, the royal guard stuff. I think it's something like that. But they're like the highest stats. It's like I already have that, or I have like a knight's halberd, or not knight's halberd, the royal halberd. I have the royal halberd. Like, what do I need like the obliterator for? I could like I'm perfectly fine with how my stats are and my swings are and my durability counts. I have more weapons than I need. Like why do I need this extra one? Do I get a free inventory space for getting it? I would do it if it was that. Quite frankly, though, Korok seeds don't do anything, even though I think it should. But I like how it's just a one shot smack and they're dead. But you gotta wait for it to recharge. That's cool. But the bike, I didn't really care for the bike. I mean, I would like the bike in Breath of the Wild, but I don't really like need it. I didn't even use a horse. I just made it my life's mission to go to every tower, unlock every shrine, and then just port to every shrine and just walk there. Why do I need a horse? Because like once you get a horse, then you gotta take it back to a stable. Okay, now I gotta take it back to a stable. It's like you gotta park your car somewhere. The horse just doesn't go away. You just gotta. It's like it's a. I don't know. It just feels more like real life. It's like great. I gotta figure out how to park this horse. Finding a parking spot is ridiculous too in real life, and I don't want to relive that. I don't want to relive that. Like parking sucks. Why do I want to do this in this fantasy game? Um, yeah, like if the Master Cycle returns in the second game, it would work well. I agree with that. Yeah. I have a theory that it's not going to be the same Breath of the Wild that you might think. What I mean is that it's going to be the same map. It's going to be the same map, except like 100 feet below the surface of Hyrule. And from there, the entire map is just going to be a dungeon. And so that means there's going to be close quarters. That means it's going to be more dungeon items. You're maybe there's going to be some Sheikah slate upgrades, like maybe there's going to be like some kind of a hook shot that's in your Sheikah slate. That would be cool. Where you get dungeon items in the Sheikah slate that you wouldn't have gotten on the surface level. Because, you go to ancient catacombs, maybe there's some sort of ancient Sheikah technology that Link hadn't stumbled upon that was a feature. Or there could be upgrades on top of the Sheikah slate stuff that is already in Breath of the Wild 1. But I think in the second one, there's going to be. I have a feeling it's going to be underground based on the trailer. Because it's like you have to get to that point of seeing Ganondorf being, having his soul bound and sealed to the to whatever that hand thing is. I don't know what that is. I wonder what that hand thing is, and it's linked to Link sometime partially. So I sometimes wonder, is that the what is it? That's the spirit of, maybe that's like a fragmented spirit of the hero trying to push down, because it was a green hand. So maybe it's that spirit of the hero trying to push down Ganondorf and sealing him, basically. Courage being the thing against power, and power. Maybe it's a rock paper scissors kind of thing. I don't know. Something to think about. Yeah, maybe it is a rock paper scissors. Power beats wisdom. Wisdom beats courage. Courage beats power. Because, like, just because you're wise and knowledgeable doesn't mean you're strong. And just because you're courageous doesn't mean you're smart. Because obviously, that's almost like the antithesis of being smart. Because you have to numb that part of yourself, that knowledgeable, analytical part of yourself. And you see that character development with Zelda, where she's very analytical and intelligent, because she's a royal, so she's well educated. You know about that stuff being from the UK. The royals, have access to every resource. I'm sorry, you're a victim of that tax paying liability, basically. But hey, I'm over here, you're over there. Coming from the U.S., my mother's basement. Yo. But what was I saying? And then just because you're powerful doesn't mean somebody who's smaller than you can't, clothesline your legs or something like that. Or because courage, it takes a lot of courage to dismantle a giant. And that's why indie games are great, because that's what they're doing every day. I actually have a friend who's an indie game developer, and I'll here, let me see. Let me read your comments first, and then I'll add on to what I was saying earlier. Yeah, I walked through the majority of my playthrough. Yeah, I mean, I mean, you didn't even get Epona. Why? You should have gotten Epona at that point. Is Epona gonna come back? Maybe that'll be I don't know. Maybe it's because they wanted to sell amiibos. Nintendo really knows how to nickel dime us. And that's larger games for you. That's just larger company owned games. Nintendo being the big licensing company it is, they have to make as high of a profit margin as they can. And I think Zelda is the big seller. Pokemon's the big seller of consoles, so I think Zelda was the selling point for a lot of people though, because that was when the Switch was fresh, just between on the cusp of Breath of the Wild. Or sorry, Breath of the Wild was on the cusp of the Wii U and the Switch, and I think it was a good ported game. I'm glad they did that. Yeah. You know, the lively civilizations, the wholesomeness, that's what I want in my life. I just want giant hills. I was thinking about getting like a big plot of land or something and just building it myself if I have to. If I have to. And maybe set up like 47 more of these and have a small village going. That would be cool. I've thought about that. Cuz Breath of the Wild has that Shire from the Lord of the Rings type of feel where it's just, it feels like this is what culture is. And I actually I have a good friend who is who's going to be a medieval archivist. I think he's like 100% Welsh. He's not from Wales, but he's American. But he went to school to a concentrated school, almost like a conservatory for medieval archiving in a university in Wales that specialized in that stuff. But because everything was being gentrified in that location, basically that job fizzled out, and he's got like a 4-year degree from a school that specializes in Welsh everything, and it just completely went away due to gentrification, and that's why I think people like me and him love culture, like that wholesome environment, like Breath of the Wild. You see a community like Terrytown, or you see a small community like Hatano Village or something like that. It's just wholesome, good, small settlements, and just everybody knows each other. Everybody's happy. They're just doing their thing. Everybody specializes in the things that they specialize in, and they just coexist peacefully. That's the thing that Breath of the Wild, I think, captured, and a lot of people really want to get back to. You know, um, that's my philosophy on that, at least. I don't think gentrification's going away though. It's too many hipsters. Too many hipsters, and I think it's my country's fault. Yeah, yeah. You get some sleep, man. It's like 3 a.m. It's gonna be 4 a.m. soon. I think it's 3:30 or something like that. Yeah, yeah, definitely. Yeah, check in now and then. I'm gonna be live streaming every day, Duolingo Pokemon, and the gardening is gonna be every Wednesdays to give you a frame of reference. So it's gonna be shit, knocked into the light. It's gonna be. I'm gonna make this brief, but it's gonna be every Wednesday. I might even do something where I'm just doing push-ups or something, or rehabilitating every day, just live streaming, just because I'm not productive alone. I distract myself way too much. I like, I don't know, maybe when I'm bouncing ideas, it's inspiring. So it's really for me, but also hopefully we're able to have some good conversations like that, because we definitely had a good conversation. You have a good night too, man. You have a good night. Take care. I think I'm gonna end it here. Um, nice meeting you, Dylan. Um, I'm losing my voice right now. So I think I'm gonna end it here. We did what we sought out to do. We raised the bed a little bit. We lowered the light with help from my dad. I think what I'm gonna do now is just trying to think. Actually, I think I'm gonna add some nutrients to my grow bed, and then we'll call it quits for the night. Let's see, I gotta make my special concoction. I don't know how I'm gonna be able to funnel it in. That's the problem. It's a story of a wild lady. I need to get a funnel. I need to get a funnel. That's gonna be my. It's gonna be my next mission in life. Oh, I actually had 2 trowels in here. That's funny. I'm gonna try. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to pull it. But I got a funnel. I'm gonna put. And I'm not gonna spill the secret of the concoction. Um, the liquid concoction that I use for fertilizer. If you guys want to know that, follow the James Fry Revolution Garden. I dropped like 300. Like $300 is where you get all the bells and whistles, and you get to talk to him via email. But I only do that because I'm incompetent in many things, so I need the extra support and moral support. That's why I do the live stream too. It's really for me, honestly. Talking to you guys is really for me. It's good therapy, but also, having that extra investing, and I think it's all actually it's maybe like $150 for that bare minimum Revolution Garden program. 300 is for like a bunch of other stuff that I got. Um, so yeah, like if you decide to want to get into gardening, definitely check out his program. That's James Fry Revolution Garden. Also look into Tiny Green Monsters. That might help the search result a little bit. But he wants to basically make us more self-sufficient, not rely too much on big food, and really supply what we can for ourselves, rather than relying on a big company to control the food. And I think that helps us reduce our carbon footprint. It does all these good things, man. Oh crap! I don't know where I put my cap. I spent all the time gabbing. I don't know where I put my cap. Maybe it's in my pocket. Because I gotta mix it up. I gotta shake it up, and I don't want to be having splashing everywhere. I also need to seal it up too. But yeah, found it. Okay. So there's a liquid portion, and then there's a powder portion. When you combine the two, it makes a super. These ingredients chosen to create the perfect little girls. Okay, I don't think I might have missed it. Let me see if I can mix it together better. It is a concoction of sorts, if I could say the very least. Maybe I need more. Actually, you know what? This actually looks fine. I hope it doesn't actually like fizz. It's actually fizzing. Okay. So maybe I need to release some of the air. I don't know. This is trial and error too. Even though I have access to all the information in the world, and I'm a novice gardener. Like he only teaches how to set this system up. There's a bit of a learning curve when it comes to getting going with just gardening basics in general. And if you're a noob, complete noob like me, it's gonna take. It's worth the investment to have the email back and forth option with James, because he's a lot of help. He responds within 24 hours. Very professional, very cool guy. He's vegan, I think, just like me. I think we're. I saw him in the. He might be vegan. He might not. But I saw him having the same protein powder as me, so I'm a fan. I'm not gonna say which protein powder company because I want them to sponsor me for my channel. But we got one more viewer. We got somebody watching, and I think I think for that one lone viewer, hope to see you in the comment sections on some of my videos someday. Um, subscription and all that YouTuber like, comment, subscribe, blah. Uh, I don't want to harp anybody for that either, because I know how annoying that is. Yeah, like, comment, subscribe, yeah. This is the concoction. It's like this black stuff. So I think there's all this good stuff in it, man. It's what plants crave. It's got electrolytes. I've said that joke like 40 times. At least at least when starting. So I think we're gonna oh crap. We are gonna end the video off like the tradition that I'm trying to bring with a little swig. Cheers to you and you all who follow my work as a YouTuber. And yeah, Merry Christmas. It's gonna be Christmas Eve. Merry Christmas Eve in a couple hours. I should have wished him Merry Christmas. Crap, I could have. Merry Christmas, Dylan. If you're watching this later on, Merry Christmas to you and to all a good night. Merry Christmas Eve, at least. I'll wish Christmas. There we go. I'm adding a lot too. This is my Christmas present to my children and to Mr. Wormy over there that I disturbed earlier on his Christmas break. All right, guys. You guys have been awesome. Like, comment, subscribe. As always, follow my live stream at every Wednesdays. I try to do Wednesdays. I start around either 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, or a little bit later if I'm like lazy, or if I'm at Home Depot trying to get stuff, because that's what I was doing earlier. I was getting stuff at Home Depot. Yeah, I'm still gonna keep it a little lax. I start the live stream whenever I feel like it on Wednesdays in the evening Eastern Standard Time. Keep that in mind. And yeah, when whoever hops on, I'd love to have a happy conversation like I have done with all of you wonderful folks. And since it's a small channel, you know, we get to have a nice personal little family going on. Oh boy. All right. Well, Merry Christmas to you all, and I'll see you guys next week on week 8 of the indoor gardening hydroponic build. All right. See you guys later. Happy holidays.